the women be afraid. How much more that purge, man? If men are going to be afraid, how much more the weaker vessel of women? The Lord's going to show you women that you was weak the whole time, and that you needed. The women that are out here with no man, you're not going to make it, all right? You independent women out here with no man, you're not going to make it, all right? You will eventually have to get up under the umbrella of a man. Ain't no way around that shit right there, you see? Or get deleted, or have some of the worst things ever known to mankind happen to you. Look, choose wisely. Choose wisely, right? A man should have no pity upon it.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 2. A man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 33. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and be quiet from fear of evil. I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akakwadash, for allowing me to do another lesson. Yahweh is who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahushai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and there's no God beside them. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for being faithful witnesses to the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. And salutations to the elect, whom the Lord have given ears to hear. And as I was watching the elder brother, I was watching a few lessons this morning. Woke up to the elder brother Hawad out there in the North Carolina camp as I played for you brothers. And he made a beautiful point of how these women, the weaker vessel, is going to need a man. All right? That which you have counted on for your safety is not going to be there in these times to come. And then you're going to need a man, and not just any man. All right? Because the Lord is not just going to make any man a safe haven, but who? A man of the elect. And a man of the elect would be a man that would hearken unto the ways of the Lord. As I read in Proverbs 1 and 33, where as it says, but whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Right? And as I was watching the elder brother's lesson, it got me to thinking, because I seen articles, as we watch, we go through our perspective news sites to, stay abrupt on what's going on in the world. And I've been seeing articles talking about how gold is going up. I'm like, wow, that's, through the spirit, the world would call it a coincidence, but we understand that the Lord is saying something here. Because as all this chaos is happening in the world, which the brother's video was pretty much going into how out there in Pittsburgh, the police won't be available between the hours of like 3 and 7 a.m. Right? And those are the witching hours. I like to call it the witching hours. When the freaks come out, And the men of the Lord are known as gold. So it makes perfect sense how through the spirit, when you look at it through the spirit, why is the price of gold going up? Now, seeing this, let me see. I was thinking of naming the title of this lesson, Is It a Coincidence the Price of Gold is Rising? Now it says the recent surge in gold prices is likely due to a few different factors. From investors seeking diversification, wealth preservation or protection against inflation, and geopolitical risk to investors simply finding solace in the simplicity and stability offered by gold. Right now, there's a lot of $1 million words being used there. However, he pretty much breaks it down in the same way, but I would say in a more simplified way. So this guy, as you see, I found it on the TikTok. Of course, it's going to blank out, but we'll get it again, no biggie. But he pretty much breaks it down in a simplified term.
Why the cost of gold is going up and why it could keep going up in the near future. One, it's an inflation hedge. So when the cost of living goes up, it typically goes up in value. Two, gold inverses the US dollar. So when the US dollar get weaker, gold gets stronger. And next year, the Feds are expected to cut interest rates, which could lead to the weakening of the dollar, which is why we're seeing gold get stronger now. Two reasons why the cost of gold is going up and why it could keep going up in the near future. One, it's an inflation hedge. So when the cost of living goes up, it typically goes up in value. Two, gold inverses the US dollar. So when the US dollar get weaker, gold gets stronger. And next year, the Feds are expected to cut interest rates, which could lead to the weakening of the dollar, which is why we're seeing gold get stronger now.
So that's, and it's of a fact. As this video, I don't know if brothers could see it, but this video came out in December 12th, 2023. And now we're in the month of March, right? Which I found an article. This article came out a few days ago, March 8th, 2024. It says gold prices hit a new record high. Here are five reasons why investors are buying in. So it says there has been a lot of interest in gold investing recently, and for good reason. I probably don't really read it. Really, I just got it for the article. For the title of the article, and just to prove that gold is continuously rising. And again, as he broke it down, even economically, it's a safe haven. All right, against troubling times. All right, and it's not the men of the Lord. All right, who's been always telling you about these troubling times. Would you not think they would also be a safe haven? All right, as when things truly go down, and it's gonna matter, what you know. The first thing people are gonna be asking is what's happening, what's going on, and why it's happening. Right? You see, nowadays people can hide behind social media. All right, but little do you know, the only thing that's coming to pass, or the things that are happening on the earth is about to force you to focus up. As far as, TikTok, they talking about banning TikTok, and, that's going to do away with YouTube, because all this stuff is bringing out the truth from the devil and what he's doing. Right? So now when you go for and it's funny because when you go for your entertainment, it's also where information is. All right? Which, and they take advantage of it. They take advantage of the time they have to get understanding, to where in these last days, the most precious commodity is going to be the man of understanding. Like you watch these last days movies, all right? It's always a dude that's like an army veteran, you know what I'm saying? Or the weird dude, he might have been a weird dude in society when shit was normal. It shows you that in Leave the World Behind. This dude was kind of like a weird dude in society when shit was normal. But then when shit hit the fan, people was coming to him, asking him what's going on. If they can, receive some type of aid. All right. Meanwhile, he was stocking up because he seen what was going on. Right. And that's what the men of the Lord are doing now. All right. Hey, reminds me of another video I watched this morning from the elder brother, the beloved brother Yaquab out there in New York. And he did a lesson entitled well, I seen it this morning. He did a lesson entitled Let Us Not Sleep as Do Others. Which that's a beautiful, let me grab that. Because he was going into a situation at the gig where it was a blackout, and instead of panicking, he was like, well, he pretty much just coined it up as, this is the time we in, it's a blackout, probably a cyber attack. The brother was cool, calm, and collected. He even was telling other brothers, in his camp, and they was ready. They had answers. They wasn't, instead of asking what's going on, they had answers to what's going on. Right? And that's the type of men that you want to be around. Really, that's the type of men that you want to emulate. All right? Because, we all are lights within ourselves. Right? But he was just emphasizing that point in his lesson as far as, it's a beautiful thing to be around men of understanding. All right? Men that have answers. All right? And these are the men that, as the scriptures say, the Apostle Paul told us, was that 1 Thessalonians 5? But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Right? For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness. Right? And this is Apostle Paul speaking to the beloved, the elect. Right? The elect would not be in darkness. As a matter of fact, the elect who always follow Yahweh Shai, who the world normally calls Jesus Christ. Right? What did Yahweh Shai say? One of the last things he told his disciples before he went on that cross. He said, watch ye and pray that ye enter not into temptation. Right? So the elect, the men of the Lord, even Yahweh Shai coined them as lights in the world. Lights in the world of darkness. All right? Light is synonymous with what? Knowledge, information. All right? And most importantly, the knowledge of these scriptures. Because, you got certain guys that have knowledge of what's going on, which is cool. But how you going to get out of it? How you going to get out of it except the Lord be on your side? Like the brother, a beautiful precept the brother brings out, the brother Shapal. He said the horses were prepared against the day of battle, but deliverance coming from the Lord. I think it's in Proverbs 31. No, it's not Proverbs 31. It's in the book of Proverbs. The horses prepared against the day of battle, but safety coming from the Lord. I'm pretty sure that's how the scripture goes. Right? But you see the lights of the world, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is getting ready to take them lights away from you. So where you just get to walk around in gross darkness. Right? Which again, the Lord gave you those lights. And he even broadcasted on those social media sites that you only use for entertainment. Right? You see this controversial video getting millions of views. You got these different 20v1s, these rappers going on these little dating shit. All these red pill community videos getting millions of views. Meanwhile, brother might get 5, 10. Even if a brother get 2,000 views, that ain't shit compared to, the most trending video. But you see in that day, like the scriptures say, 7 women shall cleave on to 1 man. And the word, 7 just means to completion. So a man of the Lord is going to be getting a lot of views in that day. Meaning a lot of people is going to be looking at him because he has the answers. He has the true words that matter. Right? Again, people watch these different videos, how to make money, how to be a YouTube content creator, because they know that's making money. But when that shit all goes down the drain, what's going to be the most valuable currency? Knowledge. How to start a fire. Right? But then again, you could know all of that. But what about, you don't know how to get this fucking this 500-pound bear from eating, destroying you, or this lion from attacking you. But the scriptures tell us that the beasts of the field should be at league with the men of the Lord. Right? So it's important about knowledge, of course, but it's more also important about wisdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, as it is written, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. And that comes by way of Isaiah 33, verse 6. Okay, so let's jump over to Wisdom of Solomon 8, and we'll end it out from there. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 1. Wisdom, all right, reacheth from one end to another mightily, and sweetly doth she order all things. I loved her and sought her out from my youth. I desired to make her my spouse, and I was a lover of her beauty. And that she is conversing with God, she magnified her nobility. Yea, the Lord of all things himself loved her. Right? And little do these people understand, the Lord created all things that we see. Right? And all things that we see on earth, all things from the beginning that he created is good. Right? All things Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua created on earth is good, as far as everything is concerned. Right? And through the Lord's word, the earth was created. Men came and went in their particular rulerships, and this is all through the words of the Lord. Right? So as I read on, it says, for she is privy to the mysteries of the knowledge of God, and a lover of his works. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things? And ultimately it's the Lord that has to give you the know-with-all, or may I say the Lord has to put that, he has to tap you on the shoulder. To where you understood to hold on to a commodity that a lot of people for so many years didn't really think about. And again, we talking about wisdom. We talking about the knowledge and wisdom of the Lord. Right? When some people, they read the Bible, but they do their own thing. Well, most people do that, But it says, you had some that really took this word seriously. Some that really believe that the Lord's words, that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Right? As righteous Noah, prophesying for so many years. We always go into it, people scoffing and scorning. I remember that. Well, I was thinking on that AI picture brother's been sending around, to where Noah was cutting wood for the boat, and you had Jake in the background laughing their ass off at him. And you see he just vexed. Nevertheless, when that rain came down, they wasn't laughing then. They probably was trying to figure out how the fuck he knew all of this. How the hell, what I'm saying? How the hell he knew all of this? But it says, for she is privy to the mystery. Like, how he know? Because remember, at that time it never rained. So how would he have known this great destruction was coming? Right? And another thing, it took many years to build that, that strong foundation, that strong vessel of security. Right? So we gotta consider that, as far as when we building on our foundation and our faith in the Lord. it's got to be strong enough to withstand times that the earth has never seen. You know, it's got to be strong enough to withstand times that the earth has never seen. Just as again, back then, the earth never seen the skies open up and, you know what I'm saying, water cover the whole entire earth. Nobody ever seen that. So they never believed it. Right? But it's a lot of from going on the rant, you know, just thinking out loud, as they say. Reading on, if a man love righteousness, her labors are virtues, for she teacheth temperance, prudence, justice, fortitude, which are such things as men can have nothing more profitable in their life. So it says again, gold. It says is the recent surge in gold prices is likely due to a few different factors. From investors seeking diversification, wealth preservation, or protection against inflation. All right. So, in other words, gold has always, will always, and has always and will always be a protection against troubled times, right? And another thing is not a lot of people know that. You know, you got to be a very shrewd individual, you know, to understand that. As we read on, it says, if a man desire much experience, and it's very hard to find gold. You know, gold is very expensive and it's very hard to find. You know, which makes it that much more expensive. You see, as this place falls, we're going to be even more valuable. When the internet goes out, all right, you're not going to be able to ask Google what the fuck is going on. You know, what's going on here? What's going on there? Right? If you don't know, you're just going to be asked out. If a man desire much wisdom, she knoweth things of old and conjectureth aright what is to come. Right? Our elders and apostles, they've been speaking on the MOTB years in advance. Do not we see it coming in the past now? She knoweth the subtleties of speeches, right? The understanding of who Babylon is, how Babylon is going to be destroyed and never comes back, who the Lord's people are, what's his name, how important it is to know his name, right? She knoweth the subtleties of speeches and can expound dark sentences. She foreseeth signs and wonders and the events of seasons and times. Therefore I purpose to take her to me to live with me, knowing that she will be a counselor of good things and a comfort in cares and griefs. Right? So it's very, very, very important to hold on to this wisdom, knowing that soon, very soon, you know, we're going to be a huge commodity. All right? We're going to be a huge commodity. Like elders, I remember they were saying last night, and they you know, the elder apostles and the elder bishops got together. They get together on every Tuesday and they do their live streams. And their live stream. And it was saying how women that, you know, forsook men, they knew what their man was into as far as following Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They're gonna come back. You know? They're gonna come back begging. You know, and they're gonna finally see the gold, that golden ticket they just threw out. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31. And I know I said I would end it out on Wisdom of Solomon, but I gotta grab this one. It says, again, going into wisdom, all right, wisdom, which is as gold, which is a man of the Lord have. It says, who can find a virtuous woman? All right, wisdom is also as a woman, for her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. All right. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. All right. And think about it. Even if you had like gold now, right? Let's say, for example, gold tanked and, nobody was looking at buying gold. Well, you could also use gold for your health. You could use gold, for jewelry, for your appearance, for upholstery and all. I mean, for your appearance, and you can use it to barter with. So in all facets of life, it's helpful for you. All facets of life, a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is helpful for you. Hey, when you read the scriptures, the men of the Lord, they were amongst kings. Kings would go to them before they made decisions. That's how important a man of the Lord is. Hey, man, but with that, Lord willing, I can ratify. Shalom to the elect.